welcome back to Clean Eating Kitchen. I'm Carrie, and this is where I share easy gluten-free and dairy-free recipes using real food ingredients. Today I have another recipe for you using pantry ingredients. And I'm on about day 15 of stay-at-home orders here in California. So I haven't been to the store in about 2.5 weeks. So I'm relying heavily on my pantry and my freezer to make all of the recipes that you've been seeing lately. So this recipe for vegan and gluten-free black bean brownies uses a can of black beans as the base. So I hope that you have a can of black beans in your pantry so you can make these too. They're really easy to make. This recipe is vegan, gluten-free, grain-free, depending on what kind of flour you use, and it's oil-free. So let me show you exactly how to make them. So the first step is to grab a square glass baking dish and spray it with non-stick cooking spray. You'll also need to preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Next, open up a can of regular black beans. Be sure not to use the flavored black beans, just the plain ones, and pour them into a fine mesh colander and give them a rinse to remove any of the soaking liquid. And next we're going to fit the base of our food processor with the S-blade. And then we're going to add the black beans to the food processor. Next we're going to grab some nut butter, and you can use almond butter, which is what I am using, or you can use whatever you have on hand. Measure out half of a cup and then add it to the food processor. The almond butter is going to be the healthy fat in our brownies. And next we're going to use 1/4 cup of unsweetened applesauce. And the applesauce will help keep the brownies moist and so fudgy. This is one of my favorite tricks for making healthy treats at home. I always use some applesauce, which allows you to cut back on the oil or fat in your recipe. I've been doing this for years. And then to sweeten our brownies, we're going to add a half of a cup of maple syrup. And then we're going to add a teaspoon of vanilla extract to add even more flavor. And then we're going to add a 1/4 cup of flour. And I'm using a gluten-free flour blend, but I've also made these brownies using grain-free flour, including cassava flour or tiger nut flour. And just add the flour into the bowl. And then of course we have to add our cocoa powder to make these brownies really rich in chocolate flavor, and then 1/4 teaspoon each of baking soda and baking powder. And then we're just going to put the bowl on the motor and lock on the lid and blend the brownies for about a minute so the beans get all broken down. And then we're just gonna pour the batter into the baking dish and sprinkle the top with half a cup of chocolate chips. And you can always use carrot powder or carob chips if you have a sensitivity to cocoa. And you can also stir in the chocolate chips if you like, but I just like to sprinkle them on top, and then you get a really nice bite of chocolate when you bite into the brownies later. And so we're going to bake the brownies for about 35 minutes or until a toothpick inserted in the center comes out clean. In my oven, I need to bake these for between 35 and 40 minutes total. And then we're just going to remove the brownies from the oven and let them cool. And you can eat them right away when they're warm, or you can refrigerate them to make them even sweeter and fudgier. Thanks for watching. I hope that you make this recipe, and if you do, please let me know. Leave a comment under this video. And I'm also going to share with you a playlist for other gluten-free pantry recipes. So I hope it comes in handy, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.